Okay, so I've been thinking about this, and I've been thinking about this like my whole life. Um, well, what does spirituality mean? And as I've gotten more and more physical, and I got in my early 20s, I finished with any idea about life as a dream, not because I proved that it wasn't, but because I proved to myself it didn't matter. You know what I mean? You measure the strength of gravity with your eyes, right? You make an experiment, you drop things, you look at a clock, you time it all, with your eyes and your body, right? And the answer to what is the force of gravity comes out the same whether it's a dream or a matrix or anything. You can say, oh, but if it's a matrix, the programmer can change it. Really? I don't know that. Maybe they're dead. That's exactly why it doesn't matter. Come back when that happens, all right? I think we'll find out if we were in a, if we're allowed to keep doing physics, we'd even find out that we were in a computer, right? Some people say we are, but in a sense, because of this discreteness. But whatever, that's not what I was. That's not what I came here to talk about. Stop distracting me. Okay. So my first edge in on it was just, well, there's a feeling, there's this feeling of significance. And then I'm into positive spirituality, but I believe you can have negative spiritual experiences that lead you into what I would consider disaster. So I might be tending to filter those out. But then when I remember them, I bring them back in and I go, ooh, that's where you learned the good lesson. That's the way that turned out is why you learned not to follow that. Like a hateful spiritual idea. It is my duty to bring this person down and embarrass them. And again, it's all, for me, subjected into psychology. So in the end, when it gets really intense, any spiritual idea, I'm just like, it's telling me about my own psychology. It's not real at that point. I go, hey, no. But part of the point is I let it influence my life up until that point. Well, not up into that point, but up into that realm. But anyway, what I had found about spirituality and the positive spirituality is when I'm having a positive spiritual, or I'd like to just say spiritual experience, if I could have another name for the other kind, I would, I have found, rather, that it's when I have a feeling of connection. And you can have an individual spirituality, and that's sort of a taking care of your body kind of spirituality, which I don't have right now. I'm not eating properly, and I'm smoking, and so my spirituality on that level is fucked up. But then there's family, and there's community, and there's the animals around you, and there's this biosphere, and so on and so forth, out into the universe, and feelings of connection, genuine ones, not just wanting to be a hipster and going, yeah, I'm in tune with the universe because I want to be, so I say I am, and therefore I am. But real feelings where you go, oh, and you really get it. It's like the opposite of release. It's like a collection of, grok. But anyway, I think now I've got the next generation of this idea is that really it is related more to this kind of magical thinking that we've been talking about. Because that's it. That's the feeling of significance. You can see a bug, a crab walking along the beach, and it just has some sort of significance, or, it sits in your memory. It symbolizes something. It's like it represents something else to you as well. And that's the spirituality. That's all it is. We're putting it, or me, I'm putting that in a sphere so I don't have to inhibit myself. Because I believe with the inhibition, you cap the volcano. It's going to blow up at an unpredictable time. So you have to duct and flow, aqueducts and whatnot. And so that's what I've been doing. I have been that's where I'm libertine with myself. I can believe anything there. But then, as soon as it gets there, I think of it in a spiritual way. So if it's some fucked up idea, my other spiritual idea is dissemble it and mellow it out. That's where my crazy ideas go to get made sane. So, yeah, and the other part of that theory is realizing that organized religion is there because of how dangerous spirituality is. Because people do crazy things, that's why people have been throwing virgins into the volcanoes and so forth all over the world. Different cultures. Weird. It's dangerous. And those organizations rise up to control the danger because, like, even a society that's doing that, see, with religion, instead of saying, hey, this is wrong, let's look at it a different way and have a healthier attitude, they don't judge it in that sense. But what they've still done is they've taken, killing virgins away from just anybody and given it to the priests, and they've focused it without saying, we're not going to kill virgins anymore because, people are religiously insane, they're going to go for that. You have to tell them, we're having a religion. And of course, the people that run it also believe that. They're crazy. So they don't know. This is just my theory of what the undercurrent is and how we got to where we are now, where we can see that this religion stuff, But one thing you have to do to get past something is to see why it was necessary as it is. I know you guys hate that, but me too. Me too. Okay, cheers.